I'm Katherine Cameron. Currently, I sit as the chair of the Volunteer Committee. I have been on this committee from its first meeting over a decade ago. The smiling faces you see in this slide are members of the first Volunteer Committee. While we're still smiling, 2020 has been an unsettling and difficult year, but we still need to keep on track and do the normal things we have done in the past. So today we're looking forward to World Hemophilia Day and Volunteer Appreciation Week. While many of us are self-isolating, others are working 24/7 to keep us all safe. During this difficult time, it is even more important to acknowledge and not overlook our many amazing volunteers. And today, with this thought in mind, I'm here to encourage you to join me on the Volunteer Committee. We're kind of like the HR of CHS-MC. Next slide, please. And why does the Canadian Hemophilia Society Manitoba chapter need volunteers? The chapter is a grassroots, non-for-profit organization that operates to support individuals and families managing hemophilia and inherited bleeding disorders. Volunteering is the core of all activities at the chapter today and from its birth in 1965. It is only due to the vision, hard work, and dedication of the many past and current volunteers that the amazing accomplishments in policy and development of programs have occurred, not only in our community, but internationally in the world of hemophilia. Next slide, please. We value our volunteer base and work throughout the year to increase the number of volunteers from our CHS-MC membership, as well as the general public. Volunteer recruitment and retention is the lifeblood of our chapter. We will continue to be successful only because of our volunteers. The Volunteer Committee is essential and functions to assist the chapter, working on volunteer policy and programs, helping to train and to support our many volunteers. But who is the Volunteer Committee? Next job, thank you. I hope you will check out the many volunteer opportunities available at the chapter, but the Volunteer Committee actually is an indispensable part of our grassroots nature. This committee will give you a chance to learn what is involved in this essential but small group. Next slide, please. What does the Volunteer Committee do? Good question. Over the past 10 years, the Volunteer Committee has ensured that everything that CHS-MC would need to maintain the volunteer base has been done. If you want to join today, you can build on that foundation and have a huge toolbox available to support your work on the Volunteer Committee. Just check out the many volunteer position descriptions from the golf tournament to the gala to the communications and up to the actual board level. We ensured that all job descriptions, responsibilities, duties, and time commitments were clearly explained to all our interested volunteers in the drop-down box on our header on the chapter homepage. The committee also updates and reviews these as needed. While we do have a formalized manual to show all the work this committee has accomplished over the last decade, we also have many more relaxed and helpful ways to help our volunteers. Helping to support all our volunteers at CHS-MC to do the best work that they can do is fundamental to this committee. Just like a human resource division, we often meet with interested chapter members and people from the public, welcoming and reviewing their skills, and to see how they see themselves finding a fit in a volunteer role with us. We also work hard to ensure that we celebrate and acknowledge formally and informally, all of our volunteers. Over the past years, we have nominated chapter volunteers to be considered for a Volunteer Manitoba Award. These few outstanding volunteers are honored each year at their annual banquet. This is an amazing acknowledgement at this level in the province, and many of our chapter volunteers have been so honored. We also show appreciation to our volunteers at the chapter's annual general meeting, and more at events like our gala evening. Whether it's acknowledging outstanding volunteers here in Winnipeg, provincially, in Canada, and abroad, we recognize everyone's efforts and celebrate all our helpers. Check out our awards process on the drop-down box on our webpage. We have also assisted in getting our volunteers acknowledged in their individual workplaces. Do you have a program at your work site that encourages you to volunteer? Many organizations and schools now have established programs to award their employees and students based on their individual volunteer hours. This committee helps to coordinate this, keeping track of hours volunteered, as well as occasionally providing letters for job references on resumes. Our committee also organizes a party every year for our volunteers. This is a special occasion for us to get together. We love pizza and bowling, but have done a number of fun events to honor our volunteers throughout the years. Next slide, please. Volunteer programs do not, however, work without people, and currently we do need help. We need members to join us. We would love to see 2 to 3 new chapter members on the committee over the next year. The meetings are only 4 times a year and occasionally for special projects. Personally, working on the actual development of this committee has been a challenging experience from the start. But now that we have the framework we need to build for the next decade, with the guidance of the board of directors, executive director, and the various committee chairs, you are not volunteering without the supports that you need to be successful. Next slide, please. Why join the volunteer committee? The volunteer committee is an excellent opportunity to understand the workings of the volunteer resources in our chapter, in our community, and in the province. Learning about policy development, grassroots growth, and social engagement. Why not take the step through that door and join us on the volunteer committee today? Actually, what's keeping you from volunteering? Sometimes people will tell us, I just don't have the skills. But in truth, volunteering teaches you new skills. Nothing is as valued as your skill set, but any chance to expand it is worth pursuing. That's one of the huge benefits that you get from volunteering. Do you want to be a better speaker? Volunteering can give you a chance to improve these skills. Want to improve your organizational skills? Volunteering can give you the chance to practice. You can learn new skills, and we try to ensure that what you would like to experience is matched with the right volunteer position. As well, we attempt to use your skills in our settings. Often people will say, I work. But actually, volunteering takes you away from work in a very positive way. If you're anything like me, when I worked, your job occupied most of the space inside of your head most of the time. That's not good for you or your job. Volunteering forces you to focus your attention on something outside of your day-to-day work. Not only does this lead to better mental health, it helps you to have a better balanced life overall. It can also help you at work because a change in perspective is always beneficial. Volunteer opportunities with the chapter involve a variety of time commitments, all the way from one day to ongoing yearly involvement. So this can work with your work. So check out the chapter's homepage for details. Sometimes people say, well, I'm shy, I'm not good with new experiences. But actually, volunteering can help you to expand your social skills and increase your social network. Do you want to meet members at the Hemophilia chapter? Within each volunteer opportunity, you will see familiar faces, but also new faces. We always hope to gain volunteers from outside of the hemophilia members and their families. Whether you're a member or from the general public, we work hard at making sure that volunteers are comfortable and feel welcome. A large percentage of those that volunteer note a wider social network is one of the benefits they get from volunteering. While I would never suggest that you choose to volunteer for a charity solely to focus on your health issues, the hope is that volunteering actually will make you new contacts as well as making improvements in our hemophilia community. You may never become a social extrovert, but whatever happens, you will get to meet people you didn't already know, and those connections may lead to unexpected opportunities. So important to many of us is our health and how it limits us. Sometimes people think that their health limits their ability to volunteer. However, the chapter understands more than anyone what health challenges our members experience, and there are many ways volunteering can contribute to your own wellness. Depending on the volunteer opportunity you choose, either to get your body or mind more engaged, we can make your volunteer experience something that is good for your health. Often when you stop thinking about your own problems and focusing on someone other than yourself, your stress levels can decrease. And doing something for someone else interrupts tension-producing patterns, replacing it with a sense of purpose, a positive emotion, and a higher level of self-esteem, and a higher level of self-confidence. Some days you will be more successful working from home in your PJs, and that is just okay. We do a lot of volunteering hours from home now. Thank you so much for the Zoom app. How do you volunteer? So next slide, please. So what's stopping you from joining us today? Check out our chapter website or call the office. Next slide, please. I want to thank you for listening today. We hope that you have time to give, and we are so happy to welcome you. We are really nice and fun people here at the chapter and would love to see you. Again, check out all the details about volunteering opportunities on the chapter website or call Christine directly. She can assist you or send you my way if you have specific questions about volunteer experiencing on the volunteer committee. Thank you.